Now my shop is really small. Got a 4x8 sheet of plywood. So anyway, what I got to do is kind of get up on the saw, turn it this way, then move a little bit, and that way I can go ahead and cut it. So anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. Go ahead and get the plywood on the saw. I got my extension tables and everything on here, so it makes the saw pretty big. But you know, kind of wish I had a bigger building, but this is what we ended up with. So I'm gonna maneuver this around. Okay. And what I'm going to do is set 35.5 inches. And I'm going to cut it an 1/8 inch larger. So I don't want that scoring blade to hit. I'm going to be cutting it an 1/8 inch larger so I can put a clean edge on it. Now what I got to do, small chop. This is why I put this on wheels. Once I got it working, I can just move this out of the way. And I'm not going to need these. When I do heavy stuff, I got 2 of these. I made a big barn door, it's about 1.5 inches thick, and well, basically, it pretty much is so heavy when I put it on here, it kind of tilted the saw. So, got those, and it also helps with my drum sander. So, what I'm going to do is just going to bring this back. I put Super Glide on my table. I've already set this 35.5 plus an 8, so basically 35 5/8. So as I move this around, got that. Now I can put my little stand down, get that out of the way. Here's my table. And this little stand, I just got it. It's a piece of 3/4 inch MDF, really heavy, but this thing, it's a champ. I thought it was a little pricey, but now that I got it, it's worth it. I think, but it depends on you. If you're a one-man show like I am. That out of the way. Okay. Get the windows and doors open, so my shop collector. That air filter and all that's probably not going to work too good, but with a board this size, it's kind of hard to put my extractor on my guard, so I'm going to run it without it. One day I thought I'm going to get a hose and just have it where it drops down, but I'm still also working on my shop, setting it up, but I'm on a little bit of a time crunch. Okay. Now, what I got installed on the saw too, with this force blade, I got a force blade, veneer blade. It's a 12 inch. Probably really don't need the scoring blade, but I don't know if you can't see it, but right here, right there, part of the machine is the scoring blade, so you don't chip out your plywood when you go across grain. So, all right. Okay, so I'm getting ready to cut this panel. Now, this is the one thing, I love the saw and everything about it, but there's one thing I don't like. Whenever I have a big sheet of plywood on here, and you're gonna cut it, the problem is, the on and off button to the saw is right here. You can't get to it when this is on top, okay? Now, other Felder saws, the Felder model, not the hammers, they actually have it where you can get a remote on and off in the end of the sliding table, and they got controls on the side. So in my on and off button, as you can see, cutting these goods, because it's always back, why they didn't put the on and off button on this side where you can get to it is beyond me. I mean, you can get to everything else, but it's a pain. So Felder, engineers, I know you guys probably don't use this. It's all cool having it back here, but why have it on this one here when everything else you got is on this side? So then what I'm going to do is remove these, get them out of the way. Don't run into them. But I love everything about this little saw, but that's probably the one thing I don't like. So I have to turn it on, get the panel position. I would rather have the panel, put it on there and position the panel when the damn thing's off. So anyway, let me turn on the dust collector. It's going to get a little loud. Put my rollers out. I just want to show you real quick. I don't know if you can see. Get up closer. The scoring blade, especially with that Forster blade, you really don't need it. But if you can see on here, that edge is perfectly clean. So the combination of scoring blade and that Forster blade, it cuts plywood really clean. But I'm going to show you on the sliding table everything with this machine, just how quick I can go through and do repeat cuts without any hassle or anything, or worrying about kickback or anything. So I'm going to turn on my shop filter this time. Picks up some dust in here. Put on low. I don't want to get too loud. Turn on this. Make sure this one I'm worried about. Okay, just that quick. This sliding table saw, the fence setup, ripped right through the pieces. This table saw is pretty cool. So, like I said, the only thing I don't like about it is where the on and off button is. It's a pain in the butt. So I got a long stick I have to do to figure out to push the on button, which I don't like. It's kind of dangerous, I think. But yeah, this table saw too. Also, with this, when you do lawn panels, I also have this roller helps, you know, this move stock, and I have an extension on this fence I can install too. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Got the panels cut. Next thing to do is I need to figure out if I want to go ahead and make a table for the anchor jig or just use the shape of fence and do the tongue of grooves. Probably be easier. I want to do dovetail drawers anyway later. So you know, and right now, so what this is basically, this is just China birch, well, birch. So we're painting the cabinets, we're not staining them, they're going to be paint grade. And I'll be using a pigmented lacquer when I paint these later. So, and that was it.